All right, Survivor Series 97. You and Billy open the show teaming with the Godwins, taking on the Blackjacks and Headbangers. And you two are the last survivors finishing off the Headbangers. It's a big win on your first pay per view together as a team, but it's hard not just to talk about Survivor Series in that sense, with Bret Hart being screwed by Vince McMahon that year. I know we're talking about your path to DX on this episode, but as someone that was there, what do you remember of that night and everything that went down?
So I remember getting our win on that pay-per-view for sure. I remember Billy and I talked about that a great deal, and so we were excited about winning, and you could tell they kind of put us over in strong fashion. And man, big thanks to everybody in that ring because there was a lot of great superstars, and that's getting to work with Barry Windham again. And I talked about that last week. What a fan of his I am. And then Bradshaw, not a huge fan of his physicality because it hurt so bad, but a big fan of his anyway. So and got to work with the Godwins. I used to love. I didn't used to. I still do love Phineas and Tex. So what I remember was we had fun with this match. We had a good time, and this was the first the first step in a sprint to join DX. So we'll talk more about that as we go on.
Yeah, but let's also let's I'm gonna move a little bit away from your career and your match in this sense, son. Let's just talk Survivor Series and Bret Hart. Let's
Okay.
talk the screw job a little. Everyone wants to know everyone's perspective. And as someone that was there, what did you witness? Did things seem off through the day? Were people standoffish or staying distant? What was the mood like outside of just your match?
Well, so when you go to the arena and it's a TV or a pay-per-view day, you kinda do just stick to your match, and at this point, that's what I did. I remember I wasn't watching the show, at the time. I probably should have been. I could have learned something, but I didn't see what happened, but all of a sudden, everybody was running to the monitors to try to find out what was going down. What I remember that n night the most was two things. One, the loogie that Brett spit on Vince McMahon, like the holy mackerel, man. What a yeah, that was disgusting. And but what a shot, what an aim. Like it was great. And then I remember staying late at the building and Vince coming out of the locker room with a big red and purple eyeball. And from what I understand, he let Brett swing on him. Uh, I don't doubt that one bit because that's the kind of man Vince is. Uh, I'm still not 100% sure it was all real. And that's just me being honest with you. I know I'm cynical because I'm a wrestler and I'm one of the boys and I think everything's a work.
But
But
that's amazing to hear because if that is the case, you gotta say one of the best, the best orchestrated, well thought out, and then long-term works going that this many years later, and we're talking to almost 25 years at this point, that there's still a question of doubt,
yeah,
that there's a gray area of possibility.
yeah, that nobody's cracked, that nobody spoke, nobody sang, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, look, I that's why I say I'm not 100% sure either way, and I am cynical, because I've been in this industry for a long time, and so it just makes me wonder, but I know, they went all out if it was a work because he let Brett punch him right in the face, you know what I
I
mean?
I
Uh,
I was a senior in college at the time watching, and I'm with my roommates, and I just remember all of us like, "Oh my god, that's real. This isn't
yeah,
supposed to happen. There's
yeah.
no way this is the
Well, what
plan."
begs the bigger question to me as I mean, I guess as a guy who wants to know the truth is if they did that for real, why did they have to get there? Like, why wasn't business done in a way where it could have just been done? And that to me, that begs the bigger question. That's just me. And look,
So
my opinions are just like a-holes. Everybody's got one and they all stink, but
I've been
that's
binge
mine.
watching this show Billions for the last month, and it just deals with big money, corporations, government, and just corruption and ego. And I think there's an answer. The business couldn't just be done right because
Yeah.
egos are involved in every single side, and not one big ego. Like it's all parties are still holding on to what they believe that it should be the way it should be done, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, no, you're 100% right, and that's those 3 little letters, not RKO, but EGO. Man, many a great man it's brought down.
I skipped over the match that was going because a lot of it's not you wrestling right now, and I'd rather just talk about your work in the ring. But let's go move forward